Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're diving into something really exciting, I think. It's this whole area that's just fundamentally reshaping how we think about creativity. We're talking about using artificial intelligence to make, well, just absolutely stunning visual art. And the really cool part, you absolutely do not need to be like a traditional artist to pull this off. We've gathered some fantastic sources for you, outlining a pretty powerful tool step by step that makes all this possible.
Yeah, it really does feel a bit like magic, doesn't it? I mean, what's incredible is how direct it is. You bring your imagination straight to an image. You could just type out whatever scene you're thinking of, fantastical or totally mundane, and the AI takes that description and turns it into something honestly breathtaking. People are calling it gallery level artwork now.
Yeah.
And yeah, and our deep dive today is kind of built around a structured guide, like a roadmap almost for this one tool. It gives us a really clear path.
Right, that's exactly our mission here. We're going to walk you through everything you really need to get Midjourney. You're talking setup, crafting those really important prompts, some insider tips for getting even better results, and then maybe the biggest thing, what can you actually do with the art once you've made it? Think of this as your shortcut to really getting a handle on a fascinating new frontier in creativity and tech.
Okay.
So let's dive in. Okay, so to kick us off, maybe for listeners who are new to this, what is Midjourney exactly? Our sources call it a powerful AI art generator, but it runs somewhere kind of unusual, right? Through Discord.
Yeah, that's a great question. Its home on Discord is definitely one of the things that makes it stand out. It operates like entirely within the Discord platform, which I guess might seem odd if you're not constantly on Discord. But the basic idea is pretty simple. You type a text description, they call it a prompt, into a chat window. And the AI just takes that text and spits out a detailed image based on it. The real power, though, is how it does that. Translating thoughts into visuals with just amazing detail. It can mimic, a huge range of styles: anime, oil painting, uh, cyberpunk, watercolor. It can even nail that specific Studio Ghibli style. The flexibility is just, well, it's remarkable. Like, it speaks every art language.
Wow. And we should be clear, this isn't just some like niche tool for digital artists only, right? Our sources say it's considered one of the most realistic and artistic AI image generators out there.
Hey,
That's a pretty big statement. So
yeah.
who's actually using this? Like in the real world?
Oh, yeah. It's definitely making waves way beyond just, the art world. It's being used actively by a really diverse bunch of people, professionals even. We're talking designers looking for quick concepts, writers needing visual sparks, YouTubers needing cool channel art, even game developers use it for concept art, environment ideas. The key thing here, I think, is that Midjourney isn't just about making pretty pictures. It's becoming this versatile tool. It boosts creativity and production in, like, tons of digital fields. It sort of levels the playing field for creating high-quality visuals. Anyone can do it.
That makes a ton of sense, especially for people like me who might have a vision, but zero traditional drawing skills. Okay, so for a lot of folks, just hearing Discord might feel like a hurdle. How does someone, maybe a total Discord beginner, actually get started? What are those first practical steps?
It's actually way simpler than it sounds. The source material lays it out super clearly. It's pretty accessible. First step, just head over to midjourney.com. Pretty straightforward. Once you're there, look for a button that says Join the Beta. Click that. That's your way in.
Okay, click join the beta. Got it. Then what? Especially if I've like never touched Discord before.
All right, so from there, it'll shoot you straight over to Discord. Now, if you already use Discord, great. Just log in. If not, no sweat. You can create a free account right then and there. It's easy. Discord's basically, it's a communication platform, right? Lots of chat rooms organized into servers for different groups. So once you're in Discord account made or logged in, the next big step is joining the official Midjourney server. Think of it like joining a big online club focused just on AI art. Okay, inside that server, you'll need to find what they call a newbie room. They're usually labeled clearly, like #newbies1 or #newbies3, something like that. These rooms are just for new users, so it's less, intimidating. You won't get lost in complex stuff right away. Once you're in a newbie room, this is where the action happens. In the chat bar at the bottom, you type imagine. That's the command. Right after imagine, you type out your prompt, that description of the image you want. Then just hit enter. And the source says, like, in under 60 seconds, boom. Midjourney gives you 4 image options to look at. It's incredibly fast, lets you try things out really quickly.
That actually sounds surprisingly manageable considering how powerful the tool is. And what about just trying it out? Like, if someone's curious but not ready to pay, is there a free option?
Oh, absolutely. That's another thing that makes it really accessible. There is a free trial available. So you can actually play around, experiment, get a feel for what it can do, all without needing to commit any money right away. which is great,
Yeah.
lowers the barrier for just trying it out.
Okay, awesome. So setup seems pretty straightforward. But let's shift gears. Let's talk about what seems like the real art form here and maybe where the challenge lies crafting that prompt. Our sources really hammer this home. The more specific, the better the result. But what does that actually mean in practice? I remember my first try with one of these things. I typed cat and I got, well, a very generic cat. Clearly missed the memo.
Huh. Yeah, that's a perfect example and super common. The insight is you're not just giving an order, you're painting a picture with words. The difference between a simple prompt and a really effective one is huge. So instead of just dog, like your cat, which gives you, well, any dog, a powerful prompt might be golden retriever wearing sunglasses in a cyberpunk city, 4K, digital art style. See the difference? You're not just naming the subject, you're adding details, accessories, the setting, even tech specs like 4K for high resolution and the digital art style. It changes how you think about it. You're actively directing the creation, not just asking for a picture.
Okay, yeah, that clicks. You're basically building the whole scene in your head and then describing that scene to the AI. The source even had another example, one they called a loved prompt, and you immediately get why. It was a futuristic samurai walking through neon Tokyo at night, cinematic lighting, ultra detailed, 8K. I mean, just hearing that paints such a vivid picture, and Midjourney can actually take that and deliver.
It's amazing, right? It works because it's been trained on just millions, probably billions of images and their text descriptions. It learns the connections between words, concepts, and visual styles, which leads to another really powerful feature, style modifiers. These are keywords you can tack onto your prompts to directly control the artistic look and feel, almost like telling it a genre. You can add things like oil painting or minimalist, watercolor, pixel art, and like we said, even specific ones like Studio Ghibli style. The source used a great analogy. It's like you're the art director and Midjourney is your dream team. You're not just ordering, you're setting the creative direction for this incredibly talented, infinitely patient digital artist. It's really precise.
Okay, setup, check. Prompting, starting to get it. But, how do we go from good results to really amazing ones? What do the sources say about leveling up? I'm ready for those pro tips.
Good question. Because, yeah, there are definitely tricks to refine the output. Our source points out 3 key tips that can really boost the quality. First off, controlling the model version. If you add V5 right at the end of your prompt, you're telling Midjourney specifically, hey, use version 5 of your brain, basically. And version 5 is known for being more realistic. So if you want something closer to a photo or just really high fidelity, that's the command, V5.
Oh, interesting. So V5 for more realism. Got it.
Right.
What about the actual shape or size of the picture?
Exactly. Tip number 2, think about the aspect ratio. If you add a desktop wall 9 to your prompt, you're telling the AI you want a widescreen image. This is super practical for things like, desktop wallpapers or thumbnails for videos. It just fits better. It's a small tweak, but it makes a big difference for how you can actually use the image later.
That's smart. Planning ahead right in the prompt. Okay, what if I don't want realism? What if I want something weirder, more unique?
Oh, absolutely. And this is where it gets really fun, I think. If you're aiming for something weird or abstract, you can just throw keywords like surreal or maybe dreamcore into your prompt. Dreamcore is interesting. It gives you that kind of nostalgic, hazy, sometimes bizarre, dreamlike look. Often uses like old tech visuals. Using terms like these pushes the AI to think outside the box, basically, to give you interpretations that are more imaginative, less literal. You get really unique stuff.
Okay, so the prompt goes in, Midjourney works its magic, and then those 4 initial images appear. What then? Are we just stuck picking one?
Nope, not at all. The process definitely isn't over yet. You've got some really powerful ways to refine things further. So once you get those first 4 options, you can choose to upscale the one you like best. Upscaling basically means generating a much higher resolution version of that specific image. Better detail, good for printing, stuff like that. Or you can ask Midjourney to generate variations on it. This is cool if you like the basic idea but want to see slightly different takes, maybe different angles, colors, small composition changes. It lets you sort of iterate. And then once you have that final image you love, it's all yours. You just right-click and save the final image to your computer. And then you can use it however you like. Ownership is pretty direct. You make it, you own it.
Wow. So we've gone from just an idea, a few words, to this polished image saved on our computer. That's incredible. But it does bring up the next obvious question, right? Okay, I made this cool AI art. Now what? What can you actually do with it? What are the possibilities for this digital creation?
Right, and
So,
this is where it gets really interesting, how it sort of democratizes things beyond just making art. The applications are super diverse. The main idea is your creativity isn't bottlenecked anymore by traditional skills or needing fancy software. You can take that image file and transform it into physical products. Print a cool poster, make a custom t-shirt design. Digitally, loads of uses. Utilize it as a YouTube thumbnail, make your video stand out. You could even try to sell it as a digital product, maybe as part of a design asset pack or just unique stock photos. And then there's the whole personal branding side. You can share it on social media to, grow your brand or just show off your style, express yourself visually. And yeah, for the crypto folks, the sources mentioned you could even mint it as an NFT if you're into crypto art.
hmm
Though obviously NFTs are a whole other rabbit hole. But yeah, it really expands what being a creator can mean now, new ways to communicate visually.
It really does feel like it unlocks so many doors. The source mentions something like, once you start using Midjourney, it's hard to stop. You'll want to create everything from logos to fantasy characters. That really hits home, right? It feels less about technical skill and more about just exploring your ideas.
Exactly. We've covered a lot of ground today, haven't we? From just understanding what Midjourney is, how it works with Discord, getting set up, learning the crucial art of the prompt, and even picking up some pro tips for refining things. I think the big picture here is how this tech is really changing the game for art creation, making it accessible, empowering anyone with an idea to make it visual. Pretty easily, too.
Yeah, and that leads me to the final thought I wanted to leave everyone with today. Something to chew on. Given how readily Midjourney turns text into these complex, vivid images, how might that actually change how we think about art itself? Or even what creativity means when algorithms become these sophisticated partners in the process? What totally new kinds of art might pop up as these tools get even better, letting us build on them in ways we can't even predict yet? It's a really fascinating space to watch. So we definitely encourage you to go explore this field, apply some of what we talked about today, give Midjourney or another AI tool a try. You might really surprise yourself with what comes out.